It's spring, and that means incredibly huge crowds of people are descending on garden centers all over the country to get their tomato plants. But are there some things I should avoid when I'm buying tomatoes? When is it okay to plant your tomatoes in the spring? Well, it's very important that you know the frost-free date in your area, because tomatoes will not take a frost. If you put them outside and that night you have a frost, in the morning you'll have nothing but mush. So you have to plant them outside after your frost-free date. Now you say, well, how the heck am I supposed to know what that is? How can I find that out? People, we are in the digital age. It's not complicated. You Google last spring frost date plus your zip code, and it will tell you the date that it's safe to put out your tomatoes. What kind of tomatoes should you buy? Well, there are two different types, basically, two different classes. One is called a determinate and one's an indeterminate. Determinate is like one called celebrity. And what it is, it grows into a compact bush and it ripens all of its fruit at one time. And this is a really good type of tomato because it doesn't need very much space, so if you don't have a big garden, it's good for you. And it's also the best kind to grow in a container. The second type is called indeterminate. That would be like Better Boy or Beef Master. And this is a plant that never stops growing. It grows like a vine. And because it grows like a vine, it means that it needs support. Either something like a tomato cage, a post next to it, where you can tie it up and keep it up off the ground. It ripens its fruit over a long period, months after month, and actually will give you more tomatoes than the determinate would, but it takes a lot more space and it's more work. So now you're at the garden center and you're about to buy those tomato plants. One thing you want to watch out for is that you don't bring home any unwanted hitchhiking insects on those plants, because when plants are grown closely together, bugs can spread from one plant to another really quickly. And one of the worst pests for tomato plants is a little thing, it's a little white fly, and its name is whitefly. Whiteflies hide on the undersides of the leaves, and what they do is they suck all the sap out of the leaf and they can kill your plant. Not only that, if you bring an infested plant home, they'll spread to every other plant that you have, so you don't want that. So what you need to do is, before you buy your plant, brush that plant with your hand, and if you see any tiny white flies fly up and out, you leave that plant behind and you run away fast. And finally, a personal confession from Grumpy. I don't like raw tomatoes. I never have, I never will. So if you want tomato plants, I'd say go for it, but not me, not Grumpy.